Good morning, Patty. Is everybody enjoying the cooler weather this morning? Hi, Joanna. Hi, Laura. Hola, Carolina. Good morning, Arlene. Good morning, Alex. Hi, Julie. Hey, Robbie.
Good morning.
Good morning, Susie. Good morning, Louise. Hi, David. Hey, Kim.
Hey, Donna.
Good morning, Venerable Varahi.
Morning. How are you doing?
Oh, very well, thank you. It's nice and cool here for a change.
Same here. Same here. Must be nice that the center's slowly opening now.
Just a few little things going on, but yes, we're happy to see each other's faces in person again. Good morning, Jill. Hey, Karen.
Good
Patrick.
morning.
Guten Morgen, Sandra.
Good Morgen.
Geht's?
Gut. Und dir?
Very good. Oh, Geshe Gellick is here.
Good morning, children. Have a seat. Good morning, Namaste.
Good morning, Geshe-la.
Karen. Good morning, Susie.
Good morning,
Good
Geshe-la.
morning, Elisa from Patagonia. Good morning, Marcelo, Fernanda, Patagonia. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Bodhisattva Patrick, Joanna. Good morning, Anika Samwamo, Venerable Samwamo. Good morning, Lee. How are you, Lee?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Geshe-la.
Oh, wonderful, very good.
Thank you.
Good morning, Alejandra, children. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, David. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Venerable Tenzin Hamo. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning, Venerable Hamo. Good morning, Panditji, Pati. Good morning, Dr. Brown. Good morning, Habir. Good morning, Govina. Good morning, Tom. The art looks very good. Yeah, quite a skill. Tashi Dilek, Alex, Sandra. Thank you very much for all your support for Venerable Kanto, helping her. Okay. Good morning, Luis.
Good morning.
Luis symbolizes happiness.
I don't know. I try.
Good morning. Good morning, William. Anybody watching on YouTube, good morning. So, Venerable Hamula will say some prayer, okay? Please join your heart.
Let's start with the Shakyamuni Buddha mantra 3 times. Eyata mune mune maha munaye soha. Eyata mune mune maha munaye soha. Eyata mune mune maha munaye soha. And now the medicine Buddhas, stanza and mantra. Bhagawan with equal compassion for all, whose name when merely heard dispels the suffering of the lower realms, dispel of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to medicine Buddha, lapis light. So let's say this mantra 7 times. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Now the 4 measurables, 3 times. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. Then we have the two mantras. The first one for Chenrezig, the Buddha of Great Compassion. Start with this verse of praise. Not veiled by any fault, white in color, who said a perfect Buddha crowns in light, gazing compassionately at all beings. To you, Chenrezig, all Sangwon, I prostrate. I will say this mantra 8 times. See it? Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Now the verse of praise and mantra for green Tara. Tare liberates from cyclic existence. Tutare liberates from all fears. Ture liberates from all sickness. I prostrate to the liberator, Mother Tara. So let's chant this 7 times. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Now the Refuge and Bodhicitta prayer, chanted by Geshe.
Sanje Choda Soje Chonam La Chanjo Pardo Dane Chapsoj Dage Chishe Jebe Sonanje Andola Peje Sanje Andola Sanje Choda Soje Chonam La Chanjo Pardo Dane Chapsoj Dage Cheshe Jibe Sunam Je Andola Pili Sanje Chodan Soje Chodam La Chanjo Baba Nane Dagi Chishe Jibe Sunam Je Lola Pinje Lame Minamia Chi Ombo Da Jaje Lazo Chishe Chola Java Java no Sanje Asunda Rabdo Shishin de Juba. Dida Jeje Tambe Chinje Jene de Jeje Namore Gada Luda Nije Gada Doa Gaja Dana Jezava Tamje Kedo Dagi Chide Do Kange Tuve Nizo Tawa Tamje Bobe Tambe Chine Tenze Mango Dambe Na Chance The last stanza is praise to Mahakaruna or great compassion, universal compassion, the last stanza. And, composed by Chantakriti, I think, composed by Chantakriti. What is it called? Like, forgot the name of text. Forgot the name of text. Madhya Manga Mula Samo Karika, something like that. Madhya Manga Mula. Fundamental wisdom of Madhya Manga, our fundamental wisdom, composed by Nagarjuna. One of those things. So, see the compassion, the great compassion is the guiding light of our life. Believe it or not, compassion. Without compassion, the life doesn't have much meaning. You know? Without compassion, the life becomes very dry. The healing is it's hard to heal. That's the point. It is hard to heal. Not having compassion is hard to heal. The healing process will not begin if there's no compassion. Compassion, Nagarjuna believed that compassion is the guiding light of our life, guiding light of life. Guiding light of life, guiding light of life. Compassion. What is the situation? What is the situation? Situations or conditions? Later, more actions, our actions, people's actions, our actions. If our actions like wild wave, if our action become like wild wave, so that means the ocean is not calm or peaceful because there's like wild wave. Then of course there are people who are surfers, they are looking for wild wave, so they take advantage. The people don't know how to surf, so for them it's become a big problem. People know how to transform this wild wave into their advantage. So then they look for more wild wave. Sometimes you hear, oh, this great practitioner, they're looking for more problems. The problem doesn't bother them. Sometimes it's hard to understand what. I don't think anybody wants more problems. No. So people who know how to serve, they're looking for more like wild wave, so they can that the wild wave can entertain them, give them some fun, you know. So, anyway, let us know more actions and afflictions, you know, afflictions or like disturbing thought usually produce verbal action, physical action is verbal action and the physical actions are produced by disturbing thought. I mean like the negative one, not all the actions. Of course, here we are talking about here. Whenever you combine action as a wild wave, that always has negative connotations, not positive connotations. Later, more so disturbing thought and our actions, disturbing thoughts, the action that produced by disturbing thought, if that become like wild wave, so then there's no like you don't see any light. You don't see any guiding light of your life. You don't see any guiding light because there's no guiding light, because there's no compassions. If there's compassions, there will be no wild wave of disturbing thought and action that produced by that. There will be none of them. So, of course, we as a society, whole universe, at individual levels, why the life become complicated, why life is still not healed, why there's so much wound, why there's so much pain, why there's so much dissatisfactions, all of that. Why in our life, why there's like this, why there's so much dissatisfactions and like pain, wound. These are all created by actions. Action that produced by disturbing thought does not benefit you, not just you, it does not benefit anybody around you, it does not benefit none of us. So that's why the healing process never began. Of course, the Mahakaruna is the direct cause of bodhicitta, which is the primary, which is the primary which is the core or primary power of the healing for healing. That heals everything. So that's why it's very hard to, I say, if the life is like full of, like wild wave of your disturbing thought and action, if life is like full of this wild wave, always that life is in the wild wave. So then it's hard to enjoy. It's very hard to enjoy because why? Because the life, like lot of pain, wound, dissatisfactions. The dissatisfaction. That's the key. That's the key. That kind of makes life hard. Makes life hard. So, including Gishike, all my friends here, we need to understand very clearly. We need to understand very clearly, deep down from our heart, satisfaction is a part of the mental qualities that you are fully equipped with, your life is fully equipped with how to practice contentment, satisfaction, contentment. Contentment and satisfaction does not come from eating things, looking at things, listening things, smelling things, touching things, no. That's not how one become content or satisfactions. That's not how you satisfy. It's part of the mental qualities. Not focusing on what we have. Rather, we are always focusing on what we don't have. That doesn't make life happier. It makes life more difficult. You know, I know, we all know, intellectually, mentally, but the question is how often we think about it, how often we think about the daily basis, how often we think. Tibetan word called chebe mingum. Chebe mingum. Mingum means dissatisfactions, not being content. Chebe mingum. Che means like literally use or using like shape, color, sound, smell, taste, something that you can touch. Using them over time does not guarantee that you will be satisfied. That's exactly what it means. Chebe mingum. What's the problem? Like I don't mind to be. I say, I'm dissatisfied. What's the problem? A problem that brings a lot of problem. That brings more problems. That is the problem. Not being satisfied. What is wrong with that? It's not just wrong. It brings chibi mingum dunga kunchi goes. That is the draw to all the dissatisfaction is the draw to all the problems. So just pause, take your time, think. Is that true? So when you say this word, we have to sit, we have to take our time, we have to pause, stop everything, and need to think. Chebe mingum dunga kunchi go. Dissatisfaction is a draw to all the problem. We just need to sit and breathe and think. Is that true? So the very things that you're trying to get satisfactions, shape, color, sound, smell, taste, something you can touch. We've been doing this all the time. We've been doing this. In my case, more than 50 years doing this. There's no even one day pass without doing any of those. We've been doing this. Even one day did not pass not doing those things. What is the result? Still kind of complicated. The life was just, it was complicated. Now and then, not much progress. It's still pretty much same thing. So now it's time to think. It's time to think. So I used to think that the way to get satisfied, maybe doing things, maybe I look at the color, look at the shape, or smell something, or taste something, or touch something, or listen something. All of that, doing all of that, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. It's not saying, oh, you should not eat. Of course, you can eat good food, or you can look at color. Same time that you need to understand, I need to understand, each time when we interact with this 5 object of desire realm, it's called 5 object of desire realms. 5 object of desire realms. The very realm we live in is called desire realms. Yeah, desire is the key things in this realm, desire. Nothing to blame, no? Yeah, of course, no, there's nothing wrong with desire. But if we don't learn how to minimize our desire, our life is not going to be easy. Our life is not going to be easy one. Our life is not going to be easy one if we don't think how to minimize, increase good life. In order to increase good life, we need to decrease. May sound very good, may not sound very good, but that is that's the that's the situation. What do you think? You know, if desire does not lead to the satisfactions, if the desire does not lead, satisfaction is not based on how much desire you have. It's not based on that. Is that true? Is that correct? Satisfaction is not based on how much desire you have. Is that true? We have this marvelous brain, same as like I do. We all can think. You know, it's not like we cannot think. We can think. We can think we are capable to think all kinds of things. You know, we are capable to think, and then our thought can be materialized and like produce like do almost anything, including enlightenment, liberations, because of your marvelous, incredible capacity to think, to understand. Minimum desire doesn't mean, don't do this, don't do that. It doesn't mean like that. When you do, you have to be crystal clear. That's not how you're going to get satisfaction. You have to be crystal clear. That's not how you're going to satisfy. That knowledge needs to be there. Otherwise, like, if you agree with me, satisfaction is not a result of amount of desire we have. It's not the result of that. It's not a result of satisfaction. Is not satisfaction is the bottom line. Let me repeat this. Satisfaction is not the result of desire. So that needs to be understood very clearly. Satisfaction is not the result of desire. Period. There are no more discussions. In from my side, I don't think there's anything to discuss. That's period. It's finished. If that is the case, so probably we need to think twice. We need to think twice. Oh, so then what is the problem with the dissatisfaction? Or as I mentioned before, not just mentioned, I repeat what Lama Tsongkhapa said. Chebe mingum dunga kunjing goes. It opens, dissatisfaction opens the door to all kind of problems, Who said? Lama Tsongkhapa said. How long ago? Almost 650 years ago, Lama Tsongkhapa said. Not just that. What we need to do, we need to think, is there any point there? Is there any substance in that message? Is there any substance? Is there any? So then next level is like then holding very tightly, not knowing things could change any moment. Everything could change any moment. You have no control. You may think that you have control. Bottom line, you have no control. Everything changed. Today's best friend, you almost feel like you can give your heart to that person. Without a few unguarded words, that very person become your worst enemy tomorrow. That person become your worst enemy. What that indicate? It's not reliable. It's not reliable. It's not reliable. Is it just start now? No, it's been like that all the time. It's been like that all the time. So there's certain knowledge. In order to have good life, there's certain knowledge is very important. In order to have good life means calm life, peaceful life. It does not mean more money. It doesn't mean more money, more wealth. It means peaceful life. In order to have peaceful life, there are certain knowledge are very critical to have, not just have the knowledge, but implement in day-to-day life. Implement means to remember. Implement means to remember. Remember, doing things is not way to achieve satisfaction. Just remind yourself in daily basis. Gishila, doing things, doing things is not way to achieve satisfaction. Are you clear about that? Something like that, you have to remind yourself. Do you understand the very word that you repeat every single day? Dissatisfaction is draw to all the problems. Just pause and remind yourself, do you understand that? Oh. So then there's certain thought, that rise is basically you are not satisfied. That's why they rise, that you are not satisfied. You are looking for more, bigger, new, better. This is all. That's sometimes it seems like it's part of life. If we don't think it could become part of your life, the root cause, dissatisfaction, the root cause between marriage, friendship, community, co-worker, in the society, in the world, dissatisfactions. So now the big question is there something is there anything I can do? Yeah. There's something you can do mentally. Mentally, there's something you can do mentally or to think. So what we need to do is reflect on the downside, draw back up, not, you make things reliable, but ultimately, change, everything change. You can't go against change, everything change. You can't go against change. You can't go against reality. You are never going to win. Mentally, you may try to go against the fact or reality, but ultimately you are never going to win because it happens. Change happens, and change happens. Things things in the house breaks down. When it breaks down, what happened? Mentally. Bodhicitta doesn't rise because something broke down. Compassion doesn't rise because something broke down. Or knowledge of impermanence doesn't rise because something broke down. No. What if compassion rises? If knowledge of impermanence rises, what will happen? Oh, it is not going to disturb your life. It's not going to disturb your peace of mind. That's what happened. It's not going to disturb your peace of mind. That's the result. If knowledge of impermanence rises right there, you are protected by. You are protected. Basically, you are protected. Even things fall apart. Something breaks. It could lead to war between your roommates. But certain thought can rise. Ultimately, doesn't matter. Ultimately, doesn't matter. Ultimately, does not matter. Doesn't matter. What is the matter? Ultimately, compassion. Why? That's the guiding light of your life. That's why it's matter. Ultimately, what is the matter? Your positive thought. Your positive thought, compassion, knowledge of impermanent, or those things matter ultimately. Who break, when it break, how it break, someone break, or like a thin broke, somebody, looking for them does not help. What are you going to do once you find out, in my case, Gisamo brought that. So now what's going to happen? More likely compassion is not going to rise. You are looking for somebody to blame or somebody to lecture. Meanwhile, when you are doing that, you have no peace of mind. You have no compassion. You'll completely lost the guiding light of your life. There will be no light that guides your life. There's no light. There's zero light. So now see why life can become more complicated. So I think thinking, that's meditation, thinking. Whether you're sitting down, walking around, doing something, thinking, that's the most important meditation, thinking. You could be cleaning something, doing something, walking here, doing that, walking in the park, walking in the wood, thinking. That is a meditation, thinking. Very important. Dissatisfaction leads to all the dissatisfaction, open the door to all kind of problems. That is need to, we as a human, we as a part of desire realms, that we need to think that very daily basis. So then, complain to the result of that dissatisfactions. It's all relative. It's all relative. It's all relative. So so need to understand goodness in your life. We need to understand that. We need to understand the goodness in our life. May not be a perfect one, but we have different degrees of goodness in our life. In this country that you live in, air you breathe is clean. You can see, you can hear, you can smell, you can touch. Some people cannot see, could not hear anything at all. How much joy we get based on those goodness, those positive things? Zero. Why? We are dissatisfied. We are not satisfied. We are not satisfied what we have. We are not satisfied what we have. We don't think it's great things that you can see. There's nothing, no greatness comes out of that. Meanwhile, somewhere, somebody spending all this money, running here, running there, just to see. That's all, just to see. Spending so much money. Whole family is hoping that person will see a little bit. So now you seeing things, there's nothing. There's nothing. So that's why I say everything's relative. There's so much joy, there's potentials. There's every day, there's a potential. Every single day, there's a potential. There's level of joy could rise based on focusing goodness that you already have. There's potentials to grow degree of joy in your heart, just focusing on goodness that you have right now. But zero. Sorry to say. It's not like, there's nothing to enjoy. No, wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Even though we said that it's ignorance, it's not right. It's not. Yeah, there's many things to be happy about. There's many things to be happy about. That healthy, can talk, can think, can read, can think something good. These are all goodness in part of life. There's a goodness of part of life. But we focus on those things very little, very little. Once a blue moon, we may think, how often we meditate on precious human life? How often we meditate on precious human life? How often? How often you think that your life is precious and that's meaningful? How often? Now you wonder why Lamrim began with precious human life. With negative mindset, we are not going to get anywhere. Life will go down. In order for life to go up, right after the Guru devotion, what topic Lamrim began? Precious human life. Focusing on goodness that you already have. That's how Lamrim began. Why? Thinking to go up. You need to focus on something positive. That's the way to heal. You can't heal thinking something negative. You cannot heal. No. You cannot heal thinking something negative about your life, other people's life. That's not that's not how the healing process begin. Healing process begin, or liberations begin thinking something positive. So now you know why Lamrim began with a precious human life. Oh, I heard this 100,000 times. It's not about how many times you heard. It's about how often you think. It's not like how many times you hear. It doesn't matter. It's not about how many times you hear. It's like the question is about how many times you think. Do you think every single day, once a day? If not like 4 or 5 times a day, at least once a day. Are you thinking? Now you can ask yourself a question. How often you think about your life's precious? How often? Don't say, I heard this 1,000 times. Doesn't matter. You could hear like recipe, how to make pizza, maybe more than 100 times. If you don't make one, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times you hear how to make pizza. Oh, you go this class about how to make pizza. Or second day, same how to make pizza. Meanwhile, you never make one. You never try to make one. Then it doesn't matter. What's the point? What's the point of going to the class, learning how to make pizza? You even never thought that you're going to make one, and you never made one. What's the point? That's no point. That's no point. It's not about, oh, I heard this many times. No, it's not about heard, like how often you think. Now you face to yourself and ask question, how often you thought about that? How often you meditate on precious human life? What that means, how often you think. That's what it means. How often you think about your life is precious. So that's exactly what it means, meditate on precious human life. There's a degree of joy. There's like possibilities. Degree of joy could rise based on focusing goodness that you already have. It's important. So analyze when there's like, when your life becomes a little bit unhappy and disturbing, sit and focus and think why. Some kind of dissatisfaction is involved. That's why life becomes. It's clearly mentioned. So then eventually we learn how to focus on like ultimate liberations. Freedom from the problem that we face in our life causes by dissatisfactions. Many of them caused by dissatisfaction. If you have satisfactions, you are the richest person on this planet. If you have satisfactions, you are the richest person on this planet. You are not going to be bothered by desire. You are not going to bother by desire or advertisement. Your life is not going to be bothered by desire, if you are satisfied. Drogun, Tsangpa Jara, that's part of one of the master from Kaju lineage, I'm not sure. Chokshe Chinchi, Gohanas, Chubu Gonya Chijis, Chokshe Chinchi, Gokang. Say satisfaction is like house. Let's say satisfaction is like, so let's say the satisfaction is like house. You are sleeping very peacefully in front of their door. That house called satisfactions, okay? Let's say this house called satisfactions. You are sleeping in front of their door very peacefully without bother by desire. Why? You are content. You're content. Otherwise, I say like, there's many campaign going on. You see campaign going on. Look that. That kind of lose kind of life lose that kind of life kind of lose. Very happy. When you get there, the story is different. So that's why always looking for someone. Then even you have saying in your English, in saying grass is always green, other side is the fence. Not knowing that your grass is green, also green too. Not seeing that, seeing other side of the fence, the grass is green, not noticing, not being aware that your grass is also green too, not being aware. So what they say indicate, other side of the fence, grass is always green. No, this is all mental as a part of the mental meditation is all part of the mental exercise. Then you can live in cave. Material-wise, there's nothing. Happiness-wise, you have everything. Material-wise, when you look around, there's nothing. It's just all dirt. You may have one cup to drink something. You live in a cave. People from here, American people, when you go to that cave, you think, wow, are you okay? Are you not depressed? Oh, no, these people are not depressed. No. It's okay, it's not based on how much you possess. It's not based on that. Are you okay? It's not based on how much you possess. It's not that. It's like how well you're thinking. It's based on that. Cave, the cave. So that's something I want to share with all my friends here today. I just want to share before time runs out. Now we have only 5 minutes. So there's something all my friends to daily basis to think about. Yeah, the mind always wanders, or maybe do this, or maybe you'll be happier, or maybe you should go to a beach, or maybe you should go to mountain, or all kind of thoughts rise. But there's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong go to the mountain, there's nothing wrong going to the beach, there's nothing wrong. What is wrong if you are not content? So then that is the wrong, if you are not content. Oh, I'm so lucky because I have money to go to the beach. I wish that everybody could go to the beach. Even though you are at the beach, you are still thinking something positive. I wish that everybody could go to the beach and have this wonderful time like that, So like, I wish each and every person on this planet had this kind of lifestyle. I very much wish. Oh. even you are on the beach, enjoying the beach, you are still thinking something positive. You are thinking, oh, you are still in the process of healing. Why there are so many people there? Why there are all kinds of people? You can come. Why they don't come? Why they can't come? Why there are so many people? You start complaining. Or there are so many people on the beach. Or why all the people are here? You are not really enjoying. You are just spend all this money, go to the beach, and like realizing there are so many other people. Oh, wonderful! They are enjoying, so very good. No, like that. Why there are so many people? Always complain, no matter if you're on the vacation, complain. If you're home, of course, complain. If you're at work, complain. How you're going to enjoy the peaceful life? No. Whenever, each time when you experience something wonderful, that you wish strongly from deep down from your heart that may all beings on this planet have the same enjoyment that I'm enjoying now. You are thinking good. If you are having headache, you are thinking, oh, because of my headache, I wish nobody has to go through this headache. My headache will substitute all the headache of other people. Thinking positive. Even though you're having headache, you are thinking positive. So that's how you go up. That's how you liberate. Okay, so just want to share this with you. So now time runs out. So see you next Sunday. So then Alhamdulillah will do the dedication. Please join your heart, and also please, as I said, pray for well-being of every living being. And I'll do the same thing. Then I request you to do, whenever there's time, so you can pray for all beings. That will help. That will help your healing process. Okay, and the compassion is the key. Doesn't matter you're Buddhist or not Buddhist, believer or not believer, doesn't matter. Long as you have compassion, you don't have to have religion. The compassion is your religion. So that's the best form of religion. Compassion, okay? Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you very much. So much been said. So, okay. Good to see you, Dr. Brown. So,
Likewise.
yeah. Alhamdulillah, dedication.
May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain a notion of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with a mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. All who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may these never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, or as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the misery of the world. In long life prayer for His Holiness. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. Sarah J. Khyentse Rinpoche, Jetsun Losang Daluk. The one who mastered his speech at a very young age, one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa on bliss and void, Lama ornament of the yellow hat tradition, please remain until samsara ends. You will pull the subduers more away, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, savor of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. Then, of course, for Geshe-la and Geshe-sampo. Tare tu re so ha, om 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 tare tu re so ha. Om tare tu re so ha.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. And all of you, happy Labor Day vacations. Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Geshe-la.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Okay.
Good teacher, Geshe-la.
Okay.